Get up. Seriously. Just get up. You're not stuck. You're just too comfortable to move. You've built a soft little bubble around yourself, padded with excuses and false narratives. I'm tired. I need time. It's not the right moment. No. You're just used to lying down. You've confused stillness with peace, and now you wear inactivity like it's some badge of mental health. You don't need a nap. You need a wake-up call. You've convinced yourself that life is supposed to hand you energy before you act, like it's some vending machine. Insert mood, receive motivation. But life doesn't work that way. It gives nothing to those who wait. It only moves for those who do. You say you're overthinking. No, you're hiding. You wrap your fear in layers of logic to make yourself feel smart. I'm just planning, you tell yourself. Planning what, exactly? A safe route to the same place you're already standing? All those mental scenarios you rehearse, they're not strategies, they're stalls. You think if you analyze every possibility, you'll find the perfect one. But perfection is your prison. You're not afraid of failure, you're terrified of action. At least people who fail tried. You're just failing privately, quietly, inside your own head. That's not intelligence. That's cowardice in a lab coat. You want a clean path, a sign, a guarantee that the next move is the right one. But life doesn't hand out guarantees. It hands out consequences. You wait for clarity, but clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. You move, you fail, you adjust. That's the formula. Waiting for certainty is just another way of saying you're not ready to be responsible for your own life. You want brutal honesty? You're not tired, you're just lazy. You can scroll for hours. You can game until your eyes burn. You can binge a whole season of TV shows in one sitting. So clearly you have the energy. You're just wasting it. You've mastered focus. It's just locked onto the wrong target. You treat effort like it's optional. Like it's some elite level of inspiration you only reach when the stars align. And in the meantime, you rot. You wait. You tell yourself next week, next month, next year. But time isn't listening. Time doesn't care. And eventually you'll look back and realize you built nothing because you waited for everything to feel perfect before you moved an inch. Motivation? You think that's coming? You think one day you'll wake up with music playing in the background, feeling heroic and unstoppable? That's fiction. It's movie. Real life. It's quiet. It's you in your room. No soundtrack. No audience. Just you choosing between doing the work or wasting another day. And let's be real. You already know what you need to do. You've known. The only thing missing isn't knowledge, it's will. You don't need more plans, more books, more podcasts. You need movement. Simple, repetitive, unglamorous movement. Discipline is what you do after motivation dies. It's the decision you make when everything in you wants to retreat. You think you need to feel inspired to act, but real change happens after the excitement is gone. It happens on those days where nothing feels magical, but you show up anyway. That's where strength is born. In silence, in repetition, in doing what breaks without a pat on the back. You know what else breaks? Wasting your potential, because you're obsessed with waiting for the right mood. You think your feelings are the compass. They're not. They're distractions. Some days you'll feel like a champion. Most days, you'll feel like quitting. The point isn't how you feel. The point is what you do, anyway. You want to know how I got strong? I did the same thing every day. Not because it was fun, not because I felt inspired, but because I said I would. No applause, no rewards, just discipline. Boring, brutal, honest discipline. That's it. You think success is a vibe? It's not. It's consistency. It's doing what's necessary when no one's watching. Especially when it's boring. Especially when it's hard. Especially when every part of you says, let's skip today. That's when it matters most. There's no drama in discipline. That's why most people don't chase it. They want fireworks. They want cinematic breakthroughs. But the truth is, strength looks boring from the outside. It's showing up every day. No celebration. No transformation montage. Just effort. Silent, Relentless effort. That's what builds monsters. You keep thinking your fear is deep, that your hesitation is somehow wise. It's not. It's just fear. Dressed up, polished, justified. You romanticize your paralysis like it makes you profound. It doesn't. It makes you stuck. And while you wait to feel ready, someone else is out there doing it wrong, failing, learning, getting better, and eventually winning. Because they moved. They acted. They showed up even in the mess. Meanwhile, you're still in the thinking phase. Still dreaming. Still delaying. And don't get comfortable with the idea that you're figuring it out. That phrase is just a cozy trap. You say you're exploring your options, but what you're really doing is buying time. And every day you delay, you strengthen the part of you that wants to stay weak. You feed the voice that whispers, "Not today." The more you feed it, the louder it gets. If you can scroll mindlessly, you can act. If you can game for hours, you can focus. It's not about what you can't do. It's about what you won't. You've trained your brain to think effort is optional, like it's a side quest you can ignore. But this isn't a game. There's no reset, no continue screen. Just the consequences of whether you acted or not. Life doesn't freeze just because you're not ready. Your dreams aren't on hold until you feel safe. They're moving forward, either with you or without you. The people who have what you want, they're not better than you. They're not luckier. They're just moving. They're showing up. And the more you sit back, the wider the gap gets. So don't talk about what you could have done if circumstances were better. Circumstances don't care. Effort does. You don't need more goals. You need more grit. You've already made the vision board. You've already journaled your dream life. Great, now get to work. Until your daily routine matches your ambition. It's all just fantasy. You don't need to feel aligned. You need to sweat, bleed, repeat, until it becomes who you are, not what you talk about. And stop pretending that burnout is the villain here. Most of you haven't earned burnout. You've earned boredom. You're not doing too much. You're doing too little of what actually matters. You're scattered, distracted, comfortable. You're not exhausted from progress. You're drained from doing everything but what you're supposed to. So stop waiting. Get up. Do something. Not because you feel like it. Not because you found the right mindset. But because the longer you sit, the deeper the hole gets. And one day you'll realize you're buried in potential you never used. You don't need a rescue mission. You need a decision. One moment. One action. Not to fix everything. Just to prove to yourself that you can move. That you're not powerless. That you still have a say in who you become. You want change? Then change. You want better? Then be better. Not later. Not when you've figured it all out. Right now. Today. Not because it's flashy. Because it's necessary. Don't journal it. Don't post it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Or don't. But if you choose not to, then don't complain. Not to me. Not to anyone. Because if you're not willing to move, then you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. And that's not on life. That's on you. You want your life to change? Then earn the right to live differently. Day by day. Choice by choice. Nobody's going to hand you permission. And no, the universe isn't going to test you with magical signs. The only test is this. Will you move, or will you stay soft? Will you rise, or will you rot? And in case no one told you, your dream life, it's already out there. Built by someone who started with less than you. Someone who didn't wait for inspiration. Someone who got up, even when it braked. So if you're not going to move, then step aside. There's someone else who will. So here it is. No fluff, no sugar, no filters. You either become the person you're supposed to be, or you don't. That's it. There is no third lane, no middle ground. You don't get to half-ass your way through life and expect full credit. There's no applause for intentions, no trophy for potential. The world doesn't owe you anything for what you meant to do. All that matters is what you actually did. You've been fed this lie that thinking about it is progress. It's not. You've sat in your thoughts long enough. You've romanticized your delays, polished your excuses, and renamed your laziness as self-preservation. But let me make it clear, healing without action is just emotional procrastination. You're not evolving, you're circling. You're just becoming more efficient at staying stuck. You treat time like it's unlimited. Like you've got infinite reruns of this same life waiting in the wings. But you don't. Every minute you wait is a vote for the version of you that never made it. Every skipped rep, every snoozed alarm, every I'll do it tomorrow is a brick in the wall between who you are and who you could have been. That wall doesn't show up all at once. It builds in silence, slowly, day by day, until one morning you wake up and realize you're sealed inside it. Comfortable, passive, average. You've become exactly what you swore you wouldn't. Forgettable. You keep talking about change, fine. But let's see it. Not tomorrow, not once I figure things out. Now. Because one day you'll run out of buffer. And there'll be no more time to plan. No more time to think. No more time to pretend you're preparing. And when that day comes, there will only be two versions of your life. The one you actually lived, and the one you could have, should have, would have lived if you just moved when it mattered. And let me tell you, the second one doesn't just haunt you, it mocks you. It mocks you every time you see someone else succeed, while you stood still. It mocks you when you meet people who aren't smarter than you, stronger than you, or luckier than you. Just people who acted. And that sting you feel, that anger, that frustration, that's not the world being unfair. That's the weight of your own hesitation collapsing on you. You weren't unlucky, you were unwilling. So you start now. Not when you're fearless. Start while you're terrified. While your hands shake. While your voice trembles. Start even if you don't believe in yourself yet. Belief doesn't come before action. It comes from action. The only cure for doubt is doing. You think you need to feel strong before you move? No. You move. And that's how you get strong. You think people who win had some secret? They didn't. They just did the work. Every damn day. Whether they felt like it or not. Because no excuse survives action. No fear survives movement. And no weakness survives a person who refuses to sit still. That's the truth. It's not beautiful. It's not cinematic. It's just real. Your story doesn't need fireworks. It needs follow-through. You're not out of chances. You're just out of time to keep wasting them. So here's the final word. Decide. Not later, not when it's easier. Now. Decide who you are. Decide what you stand for. Decide whether you'll live this life awake or sleepwalk through it. Decide whether you'll be remembered or quietly erased by your own inaction. Either become the force you were meant to be, or get comfortable watching someone else become it in front of you. But whatever you do, just know this. If you don't rise, if you don't move, if you don't act, no one's coming to carry you. This is your fight. So either throw the punch, or stay down.